Welcome to The Topic, where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and our reach into the community. I'm Todd Duplantis. Did you know that Houston has a strong connection to the blues? Former HCC instructor Roger Wood joins us for a documentary that you produced connecting Houston blues to the world. Tell us about this documentary. It's called Our Great Day.
Yes, and it's called Our Great Day for a reason. The idea of the documentary was inspired by a famous jazz documentary called A Great Day in Harlem, which commemorates the day that a photographer got a bunch of jazz musicians together and took a big group photo.
Right, and there's an HCC connection as well, you were saying.
And I've been interested in blues history for much of my life, and particularly my 38-year residency in Houston, and found out Houston had so much rich blues history that I began to kind of on my own learn about it, and I met a great photographer. At the time he was living in Chicago. He's gone back to his ancestral Ireland now. And he began to come down here and shoot photographs of some of the people I was meeting. And we staged a big group photo on the HCC campus over in the Theater 1 Rotunda near the Heinemann Theater.
Right.
After we staged that photo, which was in January 3rd of 1998, that led to more work with magazines. That led to a book that James Frere, the photographer, and I did called Down in Houston Bayou City Blues. And years later,
right.
Here it is 2019, collaborating with Ruben Duran, a colleague and an HCC friend, we've kind of told the story of the African-American blues tradition in Houston, particularly in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s of the 20th century, although some of these musicians are still alive and performing today, and what that group photograph represents.
Now tell us who's in the photo.
There are many of the great legends, many of whom have passed on, people like the great singer Jimmy T99 Nelson, Texas Johnny Brown, Martha Turner. Joe Guitar Hughes showed up late, didn't make the photo, but little Joe Washington's in it. Conrad Johnson, who is a great educator in Houston history and played jazz, but back in the 40s, he was on some of the first blues records recorded in Houston. And Conrad Johnson was known by musicians, both those he taught and those in the community, as Prof. And he's kind of a centerpiece of the film for us in many ways.
Now this film, you were saying this is a labor of love for you. You plan no major distribution or release of
this?
No,
we're going to be showing the film for free at its premiere event at the Heinemann Theater on May 11th at 3 p.m. And then thereafter, we want to show it locally or outside of the city to any group that wants to show it for free. We're not looking to commercially release this. Everybody that worked on the film, including several professional sound mastering people, camera people, they all did pro bono.
Now, a lot of these artists, did they record in Houston at Sugar Hill or other studios?
Oh, they recorded all over the world.
Right.
But many of them did record in Houston. The historic studios here, before it was Sugar Hill, it was called Gold Star Studio.
Right.
And today it's known as Sugar Hill. It's actually the oldest continuously operated recording studio in the United States outside of New York City or Chicago.
And it's still operating.
And it's still there.
Day. Yeah.
Many recorded there. Some recorded at ACA Studios, which is now no longer, but was a big part of Houston recording history in the 40s, 50s, all the way into the 80s. Many of them recorded on the road as traveling musicians or were recorded live in concert in Europe. I mean, these are musicians who had played places, some of them like the Apollo Theater, like the Grand Halls of Europe. And, but all of them have Houston connections. A majority of them are probably natives of the region, if not the city. Some had moved here from elsewhere and settled here. But it's really a Houston story. And it goes beyond just the African-American blues tradition in Third Ward. It also talks about part of the Jewish history of Third Ward, which intersects with the film because of the locale where we've shot the film.
Amazing story. The film is called Our Great Day. Roger Wood, thanks for joining us here on The Topic. And if you'd like to learn more about this film and the showing, you can find them on Facebook. For The Topic on HCC TV, I'm Todd Duplantis. I'll see you next time.